Hello and welcome everyone. In the previous tutorial, we have discussed how we can set up various databases with our Django project. Now in this tutorial, we will discuss some of the useful Django commands. So we start off this video by discussing these common commands in Django. First, we will discuss the command to create a project. Then we will discuss the command of how we can create an application using Django. Then we will discuss various commands like making migrations, migrate changes, creating a super user, and also how we can change the password of the super user. So let's get started and let's first discuss about how we can create a Django project. So till now in the tutorial series, we have seen the very first step while working with Django is to create a Django project. When we create a Django project, Django automatically generates a set of Python files which were used to manage the overall website. So how we can create a Django project? We will see the command. So first what I will do, I will open my command prompt. So here you can see I have opened my command prompt. I am currently in my course directory. Now next let's move to the main course directory and I have to activate my virtual environment in which I have installed Django. So I will type myvenv slash script slash activate, and here you can see now my env is coming at the start of the prompt. It means my virtual environment is being activated. Now let's understand how we can create a project. So in the previous tutorial where we have discussed the steps to create a project and an application, in that we have discussed the command, but this command plays a very important role because whenever we get started with Django, the very first step that we have to do is to create a project. So to create a project, we simply need to use this command, which is django-admin, then start project, and after this we need to specify the name of the project. So for example, I want to make a project with name course system, and let me hit enter. So what this command will do, it will create a directory with name course system in the Django underscore course directory. And with the help of this, we have seen how we can create a Django project. After creating a project, the next important step is to create an application. Now we have already discussed the important differences between a project and an application in our previous tutorial. To create an application in Django, we are going to use the manage.py utility, which will be there in our course directory. So first what I will do, I will use the cd command to move inside this course system directory. See, now that I am in the course system directory, what I will do, I will write this command python then space manage.py, and after manage.py I need to write start app, and after this I need to specify the name of the application. For example, I want to create an app with name home. Let me hit enter, and this command will create a Django application with the name home. So let me open VS Code to give much more clarity related to it. Now in VS Code, I have already opened the core system directory. Now here you can see within the core system directory, first we have this project which is of same name, and these are the set of files which are associated with the project. And here you can see manage.py file is also there. Then there is a home directory. Now this home is our application and it also have some set of Python files. So let me clear the screen. Now let's talk about the next command. So the next important command is about make migrations. The role of this command is to translate the Python code which is written from the models.py file into the database queries. Moreover, please note that the models.py file is utilized to define models, which is a Python representation for tables. Before updating the database, we need to run this make migrations command. So what is this command? So I will need to type python space again manage.py and then make migrations, and there is no space between make migrations, and hit enter. So here you can see as I haven't made any changes to my models.py file, that's why it is showing no changes detected. Now after running the make migrations command, we need to implement the actual changes, and for this we need to implement the migrate command. Now what happens, to create a specified table in the selected database based upon the specified Python class, we must need migrations, and migrations can be applied or we can say unapplied with the help of this migrate command. So what is this command? It is python manage.py migrate. I guess we have already used this command in our previous tutorial when we have set up the database for our Django project, and we are going to use all these commands frequently in the coming series, and we are going to talk about models in our tutorial. Let me hit enter. Now what happens? Django by default comes with the lightweight database, which is SQLite, and it also provides some predefined models, or we can say predefined tables. So when we run the migrate command, it will apply all those changes. And when we run this command, it will also create the SQLite file, the database file. So if I show you the VS Code, here you can see initially this db.sqlite3 file was not there. This file came when we run the migrate command. Now let me clear my screen first, and let's talk about the next command, which is about collecting statics. So there are a variety of cases when a website needs to handle some extra files, for example, photos, videos, or even CSS or JavaScript. In Django, these extra files are commonly referred as static files. However, we should always follow a best practice of keeping all these files in a separate folder. So in Django, we use this command, which is python manage.py collect statics, and this command will collect all the static files into one location. Let me hit enter. So here you can see it is asking me whether I want to collect all the static files in the current location. So currently I don't have any static files, so I will simply say no and hit enter. But we will see how we can use this command further in the tutorial series. After this, now Django also comes with the built-in admin interface, and we can also utilize that admin interface to manage the data of the model. But to access that admin interface, we first need to create a super user. So super user is nothing but a simple, we can say admin account. So how we can create a super user? For this, we need to run this command, which is python manage.py create super user, and there is no space between create super user. Now let me hit enter, and here first we need to specify the username. So if I want some other username, I have to specify that. I want to keep it as it is, which is Python guide, so I will simply hit enter. Next, if you want to specify the email address, you can specify that as well. For the current instance, I don't want to specify, so I will simply hit enter. Now we have to specify the password for our user. So I will pass a simple password, and here you can see super user created successfully. Now how we can access that admin interface? Let's discuss that. But before that, we need to understand how we can run the development server. Because if we don't understand how we can run the development server, we will not able to access our website. So to run the development server, we need to type python again manage.py, and then we need to type run server and hit enter. And with this, our development server has been started, and this is the URL on which the server has been started. So I will copy this. Let me open my browser. Let me open this URL. So here you can see this is the default congratulation page. Now to access the admin interface, I have to add forward slash, and then I have to add admin, and again forward slash, and hit enter. So this is the URL for the admin interface, and whenever I open this URL, it will first ask for a username and password. So let me specify that password which we have just created. So the username is Python guides, then I have specified certain password. So if I click on login, it will open the admin interface. Now we haven't added anything in this admin interface. That's why it is showing default values. So by default, groups model is there and user model is there. We will discuss about all of these things in the coming tutorial. Now what if I forgot this password? So let's understand how we can change the password of a super user. For this, first I have to stop this development server. I will type Control C for that, and again let me clear my screen. Now to change the password of the super user, I need to type this command, which is python manage.py, and then I need to type change password. After this, I need to specify the name of the super user. So the name of the super user was Python guides. Let me hit enter. So here you can see it is asking you to specify the new password for Python guides user. Let me change it. Don't worry if you are not able to see the password because it is not coming up right away. And here you can see with this I have changed the password for my user. Let me run the development server once again and let me move back to this admin panel. Let me refresh this and now let me use the new password, and here you can see the new password is worked. So with this we have come to the end of this tutorial session where we have discussed about some of the very common and useful Django commands. So thank you for watching this video. We will see you in the next one.